Hello, lovely people. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Happy Friday. The most wonderful day of the week. For today's video, I'm going to be channeling a message from the Divine Masculine Twin Flame. Be using a slightly different combination of cards. And without any further ado, we can begin the reading straight away with the first card. It all comes down to timing. My beloved Divine Feminine, please bear with me. I'm being called to go within. I am going within. I'm doing my own bits of inner work that I'm being called to do, even though it might not look the same as what you're doing, but that's okay. This is really what you've been praying for. If you've been going within and I've been going within, that proves I really am your person. There has been peace and balance coming into my heart for some time now. But I sense that you have just come through a massive big lump of healing, for want of a better word. And I felt that, I'm feeling that because of the massive increase in light that's in my heart, that's emanating from my heart. If you tune into my energies, if you tune into my consciousness, if you tune into the light of my heart, you will be able to sense that. I'm running because right now I can't face my own fucking mess. So it's a bit of contrast from the first bit of the message, but that's okay. So I think from this we can, you can see that, yeah, there is balance, there is peace in my heart space, but there is still a little bit of conflict in my head space. I mean, if you don't run from yourself, I can't run from you, from the connection, from myself, from anything. Yeah, there is a little bit of conflict in my headspace. There's a lot of self-criticism. I've been really hard on myself lately. I've been placing impossible expectations on myself. I've been exaggerating the negatives. I've been feeling unworthy of this great love with you. But my heart space is pretty good with regards to you. It's just these little bits in my headspace that I'm tidying up, that need tweaking. Who would have thought that life could be so complicated for us? It seems that everything is working against us right now. Well, that's life in general, isn't it? Why can't anything be simple? Why is everything such a chew? But it's okay, because it's not that everything is against us. It may seem that there's so much stuff to work through, and once it's worked through, then there's the next lot. Maybe you've been feeling that the same shit's been showing up over and over again, and then you work through it and it shows up again, and you work through it and it shows up again. If that is the case, it simply means that Either we haven't done enough work, or B, we haven't identified what needs to be worked on. In terms of the healing energies that have been occurring in the collective, I think this week in particular, a new wound, well, not new wounds have been discovered, old wounds have been uncovered, neglected wounds have been uncovered, and it could feel like it's opened a whole new can of worms. And once working through all this stuff, it's very easy to wonder, God, what's going to happen next when I work through all this? What's going to be the next thing? You know, it's easy to get so caught up in pulling weeds in the garden of your mind, in the garden of our one mind, that it's easy to get misled into believing that pulling weeds is the only thing. But that's not the case. It does get better, and it will get better. I promise you that. I need to go my own way for a while. Well, that's okay. Well, there's a bit of a pause in this time period, so please don't lose patience with me. Well, like I said, it's just taking space to go within and to heal through this big stuff, because there's been some big stuff. There's been some big energies that have been getting released this week, coming up to be released. And so it'd be better if that's completely resolved before we're given the next pieces. Well, it has to be resolved before we're given the next pieces. So just keep moving on your journey step by step, putting one foot in front of the other, and not by waiting, not by numbing out, but by doing the spiritual work. I fucked up so fucking badly. How could you possibly forgive me? I can't forgive myself. So what this is about is, it's self-forgiveness for both of us. Can you forgive yourself for the choices that you made in the past before, when you didn't know then as much as you know now? Can you acknowledge that all the choices that you made in the past, because we're where we're at as a result of our joint choices, and you're where you're at as a result of your choices. Can you acknowledge that all the choices that you made were the best you could have made for the information and the options that you had at the time? And can you choose to forgive yourself and move forward? And if you're wondering, or if you know that you made some bad choices in the past that you knew were bad choices, perhaps every fibre of your being was screaming at you not to do something and you didn't trust yourself and did it anyway, can you forgive yourself for that too? Can you forgive yourself for all the experiences, or the bad experiences you've been through? Can you forgive yourself for everything that was apparently imposed upon you? And can you choose to move forward? Your face is the most beautiful I have ever seen in all my life. The first time I saw you, I knew I wanted to see that face every day of my life. Oh yeah, totally. Even though there may have been more stuff apparently in the way back then. But looking back, it's so obvious now. I mean, your face is the last one I want to look at night, every night. And the first thing I look at when I wake up in the morning. I picture you there next to me every morning now. You're my fantasy before I go to sleep at night. And no other. Here you are. You are never far from my mind. Now, you are my go-to for my mind when it wanders, which shows that you are where my heart is at. I never knew that you were the person waiting for me. Yes, I wanted to see that face of you, that beautiful face of yours every day of my life. But I never could have dreamed that you could have actually have been the one for me. I really believed I couldn't have that. I really believed I didn't deserve you. This is what this is what's releasing. This is what we're healing now. With one look, you made me believe in love. How is that even possible? I have no idea how it can be possible. The very idea has blown me away. You have shown me what love is. And I want to show you just how beautiful you are. Okay, my friends, I think that feels pretty complete. I mean, that last little bit, I don't want to add anything more to that. I don't want to detract from that last little bit because it was powerful. I think the last little bit was very similar to a line I wrote in one of my poems, but that's another story. Okay, so I will leave that with you. Leave that there. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.